Howdy folks, Jody Marler with Fishcamp, and today I want to talk about exterior design and finishes. So a couple things I want to point out. As you see, we've got these log details back here on the porch, which add a lot to these homes. And also these exposed rafter tails. And I always like to use different materials on these homes. Kind of looks like it's been built and added to over time. So you have the original homestead, and then maybe you have a stone addition that's been added, and maybe a vertical taller part of the home that was added later on. I guess you kind of get the idea. So want to talk about these Harlowton Frontier stones from here in Harlowton, Montana. And it's a nice subtle stone, native. I mean, they're probably 40 miles from here where this is quarried. And I love the idea of using these little kind of natural edge meandering paths along with flowers and natural vegetation. So another item I want to point out is this is a garage. They're big structures, so I always like to add a little bump out just to break up that expanse of wall. So as you see, we have the log siding on there with chinking, and it's a great look, but it's also 26 foot deep, which is a long wall. If it would be so dominant on this home. So having this little bump out and the little shed roof on top of it does add a lot. It breaks up that expansive wall. So originally, this was my thought, is to have these bump outs both in stone, and again, everybody has a budget. So initially the owner thought, you know what, we don't necessarily need it. We've got a lot of stone with the rest of the house. But so we decided to use a bark siding, and it looks super cool. But over time, as the owners would come for a site visit, it just didn't do enough for them. So we ended up pulling the bark siding and went to the original idea, which was using the Montana moss rock to match the rest of the house. So I love this look, and I also love that bark look. So I want to talk about these garage doors. So this is a wood-faced garage door that we ended up putting our siding that we have on the rest of the home on it, just to cover up that large expanse of door. So basically we take our original siding and we use a PL adhesive and we nail our siding to it. It's pretty simple. You definitely rely on the adhesive, and we have not had any issues with that particular adhesive for this. So here we are at the back of the house, and we've got this little courtyard here from the laundry room to the garage, and it's a really neat, inviting space. It's kind of a dead space. You're never gonna kind of hang out back here, but it is just a really pleasant place. So having the stone was in the original idea, and the owner was just like, look, we've got a budget. If we could see both sides of the house, the front and the back at the same time, I get what you're saying. So kind of nixed that. We talked about possibly doing a different material for the siding to break up the two structures, and ultimately came back to doing stone. And I'm really happy he did. They are as well, because this is just such a great little space. So this is the space outside of the master's bedroom, and it's nice, private little patio out here, again with the frontier stone, and a nice blend of all these different materials that we've used throughout. And I love the scale of how everything works together. We got the dominant structure here, you know, additional structures off of it. And then of course the stone. Using natural stone, it is so hard to beat, you know, and also the standing seam roof from Bridger Steel. Those guys do such amazing work, and I love how over time that just rusts out, but it does have a 50-year warranty on it, so it just adds a lot to these houses. Thanks for watching, folks, and if you'd like to see more videos on the Mill Creek house, check out the playlist. There's plenty of videos to see on this property. Of course, we'd love you to subscribe, and we would love to hear from you. We love your comments, so keep them coming. Thanks a lot.